What is going on, my people? We are finally back again, bro. Hope everyone's doing absolutely fantastic. You done know already, fam. Your God's favorite is back again, bro. Here to preview everything that there is to preview for Matchday 30 in the Premier League. Some of the topics that we will touch on in this video include Man United taking on Everton, Tottenham, who will be taking on Brighton, and also a big one this Sunday, fam, Liverpool, who will be taking on Arsenal and Anfield. We're also going to briefly touch on the midweek fixtures. If any of that does interest you, please stick around. But yeah, fam, like always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, and let's get cracking, bro. So Matchday 30, it does of course kick off this Saturday, April 8th, when Man United take on Everton at Old Trafford. So Man United in their last game against Brentford in the midweek, I think they were okay. They definitely could have won the game by more, but weren't very clinical. Rashford, of course, got his goal. I went for a 1-0 win for Brentford in that game. It was a 1-0 win for Man United. I think they did all right. They kind of edged past that game, in my opinion. And as for Everton, they done well in their last game, fam. Keane with an absolute stunner towards the end of the game against Tottenham. 1-1 draw. That was absolutely insane, fam. If they could put in a similar performance like that against United, that would be stunning. We've seen them do it at Chelsea's ground. So I think they have a chance against United to at least get a draw. I think a win is a little, like, it's asking too much, but a draw is definitely possible. However, I do think Everton will fall short in this game. I think Man United do have the upper hand just based on current form. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Man United. But Everton, I think they come in with a good shout of possibly getting a draw. Moving on, we head over to Villa Park, where Aston Villa will take on Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa in their last game against Leicester City in the midweek, I think they did okay. Ollie Watkins got his goal. And yeah, it was a solid 3 points for Aston Villa. I didn't have any doubts of Aston Villa winning that game, if you guys do recall. So that was a solid 3 points. And I think they should go into this game with loads of confidence. Nottingham Forest, they're not the best team away from home. They struggle away from home. So for Nottingham Forest to put in a good performance of even getting a draw, I think is a bit too optimistic. I do heavily favor Aston Villa going into this game. So with that being said, I am going to go for a 3-0 win for Aston Villa. It does seem like a hefty scoreline, but I think they'll blow them away at least a 2-0. I actually don't see Aston Villa conceding any goals in this game, but yeah, I am going to go for a 3-0 win for Aston Villa. After that, we do, of course, have Brentford taking on Newcastle. I think this should be a really good game. Brentford in their last game against Man United did not look very good. I think a bit unlucky in some sort of way. I think it really just came down to the fact that they couldn't really get into the game. Didn't show anything until like the end of the second half, which is as simple as that, fam. They could not get into the game. Maybe an off day, I'm not too sure, but yeah, a very unfortunate result for them, because they could have at least gotten a draw from that United game. And as for Newcastle, they absolutely blew West Ham away, winning them 5-1, something like that. Absolutely blew them away. Yeah, fam, it was hysterical to watch. I mean, Newcastle, they were playing long balls. It was absolutely embarrassing. Like, everything that they touched, everything that the strikers would touch would go in the back of the net. That was absolutely embarrassing for West Ham, but Newcastle, for me, are my favorites going into this game. They do look like a very good side this season, very underrated side. They don't concede very many goals. They haven't lost too many games. So, yeah, and then away from home, they've been pretty decent. And recently, they have picked up a little bit of form. So, yeah, I think Newcastle going into this game are going to come in with loads of confidence. I do have my doubts of whether or not Newcastle can get the win in this game. I think Brentford are a tough side to face at home, so my doubts are there. I think Newcastle might tie this game, might even lose, but I think they'll push through ever so slightly. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Newcastle. After that, we do, of course, have Fulham taking on West Ham at Craven Cottage. Fulham in their last game against Bournemouth, I believe so. They started on the front foot for the majority of the first half, but they fell short and lost the game 2-1. And as for West Ham, as I already mentioned, they looked atrocious in their last game against Newcastle. I think Fulham are the favorites going into this game. West Ham, I don't know if they stand a chance, whether it's home or away. They've been awful. The last game that they won, they barely won it. So, yeah, I do have my doubts of West Ham getting anything from this game. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Fulham. After that, we do, of course, have Wolves taking on Chelsea at the Molineux Stadium. I think Wolves, in their last game against Nottingham Forest, did not look very well. They edged past it, got very lucky with that Podence goal. And then Chelsea, they were absolutely atrocious against Liverpool in the midweek, drawing 0-0. I think I went for a 1-1 in that game. I knew it was going to be a draw. And I knew it was going to be a snooze fest. I think Chelsea, they definitely could have won that game, though, if I'm being honest. I think they created the most chances and more clear-cut chances, a lot more clear-cut chances than Liverpool. Liverpool they never had a clue in that game. Just Chelsea, the same problem they've been having all season. They are not clinical. It was absolutely comical to watch, fam. It was ridiculous. I don't know how Chelsea didn't score in that game, fam. I really, really don't understand how. This might be a close game. I can't lie. Wolves, for me, are my favorites in this game. Chelsea, I don't know if they have it, fam. I think they can definitely get a draw, but I have my doubts. I think Wolves will edge past it ever so slightly. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Wolves. But like I mentioned, I can see a draw coming out of this game. Moving on, we have Tottenham Hotspur taking on Brighton at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think it should be a really good game. Brighton are in great form right now. The likes of, Nottm and them, man, really, even McAllister to an extent, they've been playing really well. Tottenham have not been in a good run of form. They've been dropping points like there's no tomorrow, fam. It's ridiculous. But on the other hand, they haven't played at home in some time, fam. So I think them coming back home will give them some confidence, and it might give them the upper hand. Brighton, though, I think they can definitely get a result from this game. Just based on the fact that they're in much better form for Tottenham. And Brighton, fam, they're trying to get into Europe this season, believe it or not. So, yeah, I think they should go into this game with loads of confidence because they can get a result from this game. But anyways, I do think this is going to be a very close game. Might even be the best game of the weekend. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I'm very split as to who can win this game, fam. I favor Brighton heavily because of the form that they're on, but I think Tottenham going back home, they might get something. They haven't won a game in some time. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. After that, we do, of course, have Leicester City taking on Bournemouth. Leicester City in their last game. I kind of feel that they were unlucky not to get a result in that game because they did start on the front foot against Aston Villa. They're actually looking pretty good. Harvey Barnes scored a fantastic goal, fam. What a goal that was. But yeah, they did fall short in that game, and the fact that they got a red card, I think might hurt them significantly going into this game. And as for Bournemouth, I don't think they looked very good in their last game against Brighton. They didn't really show too much, if I'm being completely honest. This might be a very split game. I think it is going to be a snooze fest, though. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. The last and final fixture on Saturday for Matchday 30 in the Premier League is at St. Mary's Stadium, where Southampton will take on Manchester City. Southampton, without a doubt, have been one of the worst teams this season in the Premier League. They've been awful to watch defensively, attacking-wise. They don't have a clue, fam. And then Man City won their last game against Liverpool. Fantastic victory for them. But the thing I'm taking into account in this game is the fact that Man City in recent weeks have not been very good when they go to performing on the road, fam. I mean, they barely won their last game against Crystal Palace, which was their last game on the road. Yeah, their away form just has not been that very good in recent weeks. And I do have my doubts because I really feel that Southampton can get something out of this game, believe it or not. I do strongly feel that City might drop points, and that is a big problem because City, if they want to catch up to Arsenal, they cannot drop points. If they drop points, I think it's all for Arsenal to win the Premier League title. But I think people are heavily doubting Southampton and are just forgetting that City in recent weeks have not been good on the road. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game. I think Southampton do get something out of City. Heading into Sunday, we do of course have Leeds United taking on Crystal Palace. Leeds United, a decent performance in their last game against Nottingham Forest, winning them 2-1. And as for Crystal Palace, I think they did okay in their last game. Did score some decent goals, but they did just enough in that game. This might be tight, fam. This might be a really close game. Yeah, I'm actually pretty split as to who can win this game. I think the fact that it'll be a tie is more likely. My hands are very tied for this game, to be honest. I think the fact that Crystal Palace isn't very good away from home, at least this season, is kind of hurting them. And the fact that they struggle to like register goals is definitely hurting them as well. I don't know. I feel a 2-1 win for Leeds United, but I think Crystal Palace can get a draw out of this game. But yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Leeds United. And the last and final fixture for Matchday 30 in the Premier League is, of course, on Sunday at Anfield when Liverpool take on Arsenal. I think this should be a really, really good game. Liverpool, they have been abysmal all season long in the Premier League, just all across the board. They got absolutely destroyed in their last game against Man City. However, at Anfield, I think they are a little bit different when it's come to facing the likes of Man United, Man City. At Anfield, at least, they have turned up, fam, and I think that's something that most people are not taking into account. And as for Arsenal, we already know the smoke that they're on this season. They have been the best team in the Premier League this season and the best team to watch in the Prem this season. However, they have not won at Anfield in ages, fam. The last time was 2012, if I remember correctly, in the Premier League. It's going to be a tough task, a very tough task, but Arsenal this season, they've proven that they are a different side, that they have progressed, because the resilience they've shown this season has been impeccable, fam. I do think they can go up. They are clearly the favorites, so I do think they can go up to Anfield and get a win. I really, really do feel. But I do have my doubts, fam. I really, really do. Anfield is a tough place to go. Well, doesn't matter, at least in my opinion, I don't think it really matters what form Liverpool is on. Anfield is always a tough place to go up to. So with that being said, I do think this is going to be a crazy close game. Hopefully it's going to be very enjoyable. This is the game I am looking forward to the most this weekend. I can't lie, I am going to go for an Arsenal win in this game. I think they barely edged past it, maybe like a last minute goal. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the Arsenal. But again, I think it'll be very, very close. I can see a tie coming out of this game. Maybe even Liverpool win this game. I think that is a possibility, but I think Arsenal edge it. I'm going to go, like I mentioned, a 2-1 win for the Arsenal at Anfield. But anyways, fam, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, like always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Let me know in the comments down below what match you're looking forward to the most. What player's going to play the best, what team's going to play the best, all that stuff in the comments down below. Who do you think is going to win, Liverpool or Arsenal? We also saw Chelsea. They appointed Frank Lampard yet again, but as a caretaker manager. Why they did that, I have no idea, because we've seen that Lampard isn't levels, whether it's at Chelsea or Everton. He just isn't levels. And then Leicester City without Brendan Rodgers. I don't know who they're going to appoint, but if you guys have any idea who you think they might appoint, let me know. Or also let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, fam, with that being said, I hope everyone's doing absolutely fantastic, and I will see you guys soon.